Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is Chicken and Couscous with Broccoli. Today we're cooking a complete meal on the Yoder. So we're gonna be searing skin-on boneless chicken thighs, then building a sauce underneath that. We'll combine it all with some pearled couscous. Really tasty dish you can do any night of the week. So the thing about chicken thighs is you're probably gonna buy them skinless, boneless, or you're gonna buy them skin-on whole. But I wanna cook it boneless with the skin on because I want that nice crunchy, fatty skin on there. So what I'm gonna do is just cut right along the bone. We're gonna cut around the bone. And if we come at it from two sides, then at some point you can get your knife underneath there and just cut that bone right out. I think the best tool for this job, for me, is a 6-inch curved boning knife. This one's the Kangshan. I love this knife. Now there's quite a bit of excess skin on here. We can trim the extras off, just the extra ends off. That skin's gonna shrink up just a little bit, so you know, we can kind of leave a little extra around the edges, but we don't need all of that. The one thing you want to make sure of is just feel around that where that bone was and make sure you don't have any cartilage left behind, because nobody wants to bite into that. Now, the reason that we've taken the bone out of this is so that it can lay flat, because we were going to cook this in a skillet and we want to get a full sear on this skin so we can render it out and get it nice and crispy. And we can't do that if it's all in one piece with the bone in more of a cylinder shape. So we're going to start by seasoning the skin side. We're using the Italiano by Cattleman's Grill, so we're kind of going for that kind of flair today. But the thing is, this stuff is pretty chunky, and I want to sear it, which means I want it broken up a little bit finer. So we use the Fina mill to kind of break that down. And now that it's ground up, we're not going to have any large chunks that are going to scorch on that flat surface. Instead, we'll have these really finer chunks that can kind of melt into the meat and the skin. We'll give that a flip, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. I'll get this sanitized and cleaned up, and we'll do a little knife work on some of our aromatics. So we're gonna start with a yellow onion. Just take that dirty end off there. Split this thing in half. We'll get those peeled, and then we're gonna give them a dice. So kind of a medium to small dice here. And typically anytime I'm doing onions and I'm doing like more than one half, I'm gonna go ahead and get both of them set up, peeled, and we'll go all the way down the line and make the same cuts both ways. And we can kind of just rock through these now. Want to end up with about 1.5 cups of onions here. They're gonna cook down quite a bit. Now we're gonna take a few cloves of garlic and break them down, on the microplane. So they just kind of melt into this sauce that we're gonna create. Now the chicken's actually gonna go in the skillet while it's cold. Actually, first let me hit with just a little bit of oil. We're gonna get plenty of fat out of that skin, but just to get it started, I'm gonna throw in some Texas Olive Ranch roasted garlic oil, which also gives us a little extra garlic flavor, always a good thing. So these are gonna go in cold. And that way, as the skillet comes up to temperature, the skin comes up to temperature at the same time, it renders out the fat and then eventually creates a good sear. We're cooking on the Yoder Smokers YS640s pellet grill. It's running at 450 degrees, set up for direct grilling, and we've got hickory pellets in the hopper. So that's gonna go directly over that flame. So 450 degrees set temperature. Now this skillet's gonna start to come up to temperature, and we'll just sear this side, the skin side first. So less than 10 minutes here. You can see we've got a great sear on that chicken skin. We're not gonna flip it and cook it right now. We're gonna take these off, and then we're gonna start building our sauce in this fond and this fat that we've created. So onions now into the skillet. We're gonna cook these until they soften up. Let's just hit them with a little bit more Italiano. Now this time I'm not so worried about it being broken down because we're essentially going to create a braise. We're not straight searing it. Onions are softened. We got some color on them now. Still got a little fond down there, but before we deglaze that with some of our liquids, we'll throw in some garlic for about 60 seconds. Next, we're going to add in some Yo Mama's marinara sauce. As we add liquid to the skillet, it's gonna start to take up some of this fond off the bottom, which is just full of flavor. Also gonna throw in an equal amount of chicken stock. So we'll bring this to a simmer, then we're gonna return the chicken thighs, this time skin side up, and let them braise until they're fully cooked and this sauce kind of develops. While that sauce develops, we're gonna cook our pearled couscous. We need to salt this water with some Jacobsen kosher salt. And then we've got the Zelli couscous. It's going right in there. Been loving this Zelli stuff. We've kind of been filling out our pantry section here at atbbq.com, and this is one of my favorites. I love that it's like this larger size, so they kind of pearl up. It's almost like a grain, but it's pasta. Only takes about 5 minutes, 6 minutes to get it like close to al dente, and then we'll finish it off in that sauce. You see how much this is reduced now. So at this point, what we want to do is gonna add some cream to it just to cream it up, and then throw the chicken back in there to finish cooking. And then as the chicken finishes cooking, this sauce continues to cook down. And then once the chicken's done, we can throw the pasta in here. So these thighs have come up above 170 now. I'm gonna go ahead and take them out of the sauce. We're gonna add our pasta and our broccoli. Just chopped up some broccoli. I kind of like my broccoli a little, with a little bite to it. If you want it softer, you can add it sooner than this. Otherwise, you just throw it in now. And then we've got our couscous, which is essentially 3/4 of the way cooked, so it'll finish off in the sauce. And just to make sure this doesn't get too thick, we're gonna add a little bit of that pasta water. So this is kind of all done to feel. Basically, you want it whatever consistency that you want your sauce to be. You can add more or less of that pasta water. Really testing the limits of this skillet right here, but I think we're in a sweet spot. All right, let's just give this a few more minutes. I like where we're at in the consistency and the cook and the couscous and the broccoli. So we're just gonna pop this chicken back in here just to keep it warm. And we're ready to pull this off. I want to serve this chicken sliced up just to make it a little bit easier to eat. And then we'll go ahead and build some pasta bowls. Just fully coated in the sauce now. You can see how much the pearled couscous has expanded, really taking on that extra liquid. Throw some chicken on top. Hit it with a little bit of parsley and a little bit of parm. Just finish it off with a little acidity from some lemon juice. Gonna get a little bit of everything in this bite. Don't skip the lemon. That acidity, great contrast to the creaminess of the sauce. I mean, even with the tomato in it, and I gotta tell you, I'm not a tomato sauce guy. Hate me if you want to. Not my thing. But this I can get down with. And typically the way that I have to enjoy tomato sauce is to add some cream to it, which is probably why this one speaks to me. Pasta's tender, but not soggy. Chicken's got great flavor to it as well. Picking up on all those Italian herbs and spices in that rub. You guys know I like comfort food. I'm comfortable. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoyed the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, if there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.